Okay, let's check the solution of this paper. For question 1, simplify this expression and give your answer with positive index. So first step, a to the power negative 3, b to the power 4, bracket square over b to the power negative 7. It can be changed to a to the power negative 6, b to the power 8. Okay, you just multiply this index 2 inside each of them. Why you can do so? Because it just have one term here. One term, okay? They connected with the multiplication only. So there is only one term. So you can multiply the index inside to each of them. Denominator, b to the power negative 7. And next, when you are doing the division with the same variables, just perform the subtraction of the index. So a to the power negative 6 and then b should be 15. Why? Because 8 minus negative 7, that's positive 15. You need to change it back into positive indices. So final answer, b to the power 15 in the numerator, a to the power 6 in the denominator. So that's the end of first question. For question 2, you need to factorize these two expressions. Quite straightforward. Part A, it is the standard format of the perfect square. That is x squared minus 2 times x times 5 plus 5 squared. So you can change it back into x minus 5 all squared. Of course, this step can be skipped. You can just write down the answer directly. Quite straightforward. So, part B, x squared minus 10x plus 25 minus y squared. Okay, how do we simplify this? As you can see, for the first three terms, it can be just simplified as x minus 5 bracket square and then minus y square. Here you can see there's a very common format of the difference of two squares, a square minus y square. So you can change it into a plus y times a minus y. And then we move the square bracket, final answer, x minus y plus y, x minus 5 minus y. Okay, so that's the end of question number 2. For question number 3, okay, consider the formula. Make x be the subject. Okay, quite straightforward. So 2x plus k over 8 equals k minus 1. Then, okay, multiply 8 to another side, become 2x plus k equals 8k minus 8. Then 2x will equal to 7k minus 8. Finally, x equals to 7k minus 8 whole expressions over 2. So B, if k is increased by 2, write down the change of the value of y. Write down the change of, that means increase or decrease, and what value. Okay, so let's see how do we think about it. Change of x, it can be written as the new value of x minus the original value of x. Okay, but what is the meaning of the new value of x? That is, when k becomes new, then you substitute inside the formula, it will give you the new x. Okay, so simply say, if you substitute new value of k inside the expressions, then you get new value of x. Okay, so you will say there's a new x minus the original x. Okay, that's the way you think. So how to simplify this? Okay, add the bracket to the numerator with two terms. So 7k prime, new k minus 8 minus 7k plus 8 and then over 2. And you can see that minus 8 plus 8 cancel. So that is 7 over 2 k prime minus k. And what is this? This is the new value of k minus the original value of k. The new one minus the original one. So what is the value? Go back to the question. K is increased by 2. That means new K is greater than the original K by 2. So that is 7 times 2 over 2. Finally, 7. And what does that mean, this 7? That means X is increased by 7. Okay? So that is part B. And that is the end of question number 3. So go to question number 4. Factorize x squared plus 7x plus 12. And you can apply a cross method. X, there's a factor of x squared, and you consider the factor of 12. That's quite straightforward. That's with positive 3 and positive 4. So when you're doing the cross multiplication and drag it down, you will get 7x that's equal to the middle one. So that's fit. The answer is x plus 3 bracket x plus 4. Okay. Part B, you need to simplify this algebraic fraction. So let's see how do we do this. In part B, the denominator here, it can be factorized become x plus 3 times x plus 4. In here, there's an x plus 3 only. So when you change it into the same denominator, that means you will find the LCM of these two denominators. First one, just let x. And second one, it just let 1 times x plus 4, okay? Because in the denominator, it have one more factor, x plus 4. So the numerator, you should also have one more factor, x plus 4. And then simplify this, x minus 4. Denominator, no change. Just keep it as a factor, okay? Negative 4, x plus 3 times x plus 4. So, finish. That's the end of question number 4. And go to question number 5. For question number 5, that is about the coordinate geometry problem. Given that the point PQR, slope of PQ is 2, quite straightforward, okay? So you can just write down the equation. 5 minus 7 over 2 minus 8, that is 2. Okay? Of course, some of you may write down 7 minus 5 over 8 minus 2 is 2. It's also okay. But the equations are quite easy to solve. So negative 2 equals to 2 times 2 minus 8. Negative 1 equals 2 minus 8. And 8 is 3. Okay? So, the second condition, PQ is perpendicular to QR. Because PQ is perpendicular to QR, therefore, slope of PQ times slope of QR equals negative 1. So, slope of PQ, as the question given, that's 2. And slope of QR, that is 7 minus B over 3 minus negative 1. Okay, because A is 3. Okay, A is 3, we found already, equals negative 1. So, to solve it, numerator 7 minus B, nothing you can do. Denominator 3 minus negative 1, 4. Okay, and multiply with this 2, you get it as 2. Okay, so multiply 2 to another side, 7 minus B equals negative 2, and then you can get B equals 11. Okay, so, oh sorry, it should be B should be 9. So therefore, A equals 3 and B equals 9. Okay, so that's the end of question number 5. And then go to question number 6. The cost of a toy is $300. It's sold at this mark price. The percentage profit is 40%. So find the mark price. The mark price would be $300 multiplied with 1.4 because it gained 40%. So it is 420. It is the mark price and also the selling price, okay? Because the toy is sold at its mark price. B, the toy is sold at a discount of 30% now. Find a percentage change, okay? Profit or loss. They don't want to tell you whether it's profit or loss, so they just ask in this way. You need to find a new selling price. The new selling price is original mark price multiplied to the 0.7 because there's a discount of 30%. So that is 294. That's a new selling price. So you can see that the selling price is less than 300, less than the cost. Therefore, loss. Okay, it's loss. And the loss percent, that would be 300 minus 294 compared with the cost. Multiply 100%, you will get that is 2%. Okay, so give the final statement. Therefore, the percentage loss is 2%. Okay, so that's the end of question number 6. And then go to question number 7. A and B be two numbers. The sum of A and B is 999. So quite straightforward. A is 8 times of B. 8 times of B. So A is bigger than B. A equals 8B. Two equations, two unknown. So 8B plus B equals 999. 9B equals 999 and B equal to 111. So A will be 8 times 111, that is 888. So final answer, A is 888, B is 111. So that's the end of question number 7. So question number 8, there is a question about a compound inequality. A, solve these two equations, okay? A, now you can see there's a word and, okay? It's a logic word in mathematics. That means you need to solve them separately and then combine them into one final solution, okay? So you can first of all solve them separately at the beginning, it's okay, but you need to combine them after that. So 3 bracket 2x plus 1 greater than 4 bracket negative 3x plus 8. You should add the bracket to it because 4 is multiplied to each of them. So 6x plus 3 greater than negative 12x plus 32. And then 18x greater than 29. So x is greater than 29 over 18. And the second equation, 36 minus 6x greater than or equal to 0. So 36 greater than or equal to 6x. Both sides divided by positive 6. So 6 greater than x. And now you want to swap these two, right? So x is less than or equal to 6. Okay, go to the final step, that is you need to combine these two solutions. Okay, go to the rough word. Okay, so there are two sets of solutions here. One of them is x is greater than 29 over 18. Use the calculator. 29 over 18 is about 1.6 something. Okay, so x is greater than 1.6 something. But at the same time, x is less than 6, including 6. So we need to solid circle, okay? And you can see there's a word and, A-N-D. That means we need to take the overlap region, okay? Overlap region. So that means here, this one. Therefore, final answer, x lies between 29 over 18 and less than or equal to 6. That is the answer of part A. B, write down the number of integers, okay, satisfy the inequalities in A. That means within this range, you need to find all integers, okay? As we know, 29 over 18 is about 1.6 something. So the least integers within this range, it should be 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then 5, and last one is 6. So therefore, 5 of them. Okay, how many integers satisfy these two inequality? The answer is 5. But of course, you don't need to answer 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The question did not ask you to list all these here, just for your reference. And that's the end of question number 8. Go to question number 9. So that's the plane geometry problem. In the figure, ABC is an isosceles triangle. AB equals to BC, okay? And given that BD is an angle bisector of angle ABC, these two angles equal. Part A, prove that ABD is congruent to CBD. But actually, very straightforward because all conditions are given already. In triangle ABD, comma, triangle CBD. First one, AB equals BC, given. Second, angle ABD equals angle CBD. Again, this is given. This is an angle bisector, right? So these two angles would be separated into two equal parts. Third one, BD equals BD, common line. Therefore, conclusion, these two triangles, okay, are congruent. Reason, S, A, S. Part B, ACD, 22 degrees, and angle BAD. Oh, sorry, that is 22 degree, and okay, angle BAD, 31 degree. Find angle ABD. Okay, find angle ABD. So we know that these two lines will be equal, and hence these two angles will equal. So 22 degree. And next, that is 31 degree. So finally, you can find this angle ABC, and then divide it by 2. That's finished. So we write down AD equals CD. That is a corresponding size of congruent triangle. Like in part B, you are just doing the calculation, so it's no need for you to write down any reason. Okay, just show it for you for reference. Okay, since these two lengths are equal, therefore these two angles are equal. Angle DAC equal to 22 degree also. Okay, that is base angles, isosceles triangle. And next, angle BAC will be 22 degree plus 31 degree, so that is 53 degree. All right, and also these two lengths are equal, so this angle also 53 degree. Angle ACB equals angle BAC equals 53 degree, and therefore the top angle ABC would be equals to 180 degree minus 53 degree minus 53 degree. That is 74 degree. The question 1ABD. Therefore, angle ABD, that is 74 degree divided by 2, so 37 degree. And that's the end of question number 9. So go to the question number 10. There's a problem about the area and volume. An inverted right circular cone contains some water. The height and the base of the radius of the container are 18 cm and 12 cm respectively. First of all, you draw the cone first. Okay, and the base radius 12. The height 18. the depth of water is 9 cm. Find the volume of water. As you can see that the big cone is similar to the small cone. Okay, so we can use the concept about the length ratio and then take to the power 3 equals to their volume ratio. Okay, so let VCM cube be the volume of water. The length ratio, okay, the height of water 9 and the height of the container 18. That is the length ratio. When you take it to the power 3, that equals to their volume ratio, that is V over the volume of the container. It is a cone, so use the formula 1/3 times pi times 12 squared times 18. There's 1/3 times the base area, the circle, and then times height. So here you can simplify these expressions. 9/18, that is 1/2. To the power 3, you can press in this way, 9/18, and then to the power 3, 0.125. Okay. In here, you can leave the pi here first. Okay, leave the pi here first. That is 1/3 times 12 square times 18. That is 864 pi. Like in here, you can see that that is the capacity of container. Okay. So multiply it with 0.125. So V, that is 108 times pi. The question did not tell you to leave the answer in terms of pi. That means you need to press it. Okay, you need to press the answer. So therefore, the volume of water is 108 times pi. That is 339 cm cube, correct to 3 significant figures. Okay, so that's the end of part A. Go to part B. The container is turned upside down without leakage. That means the volume of water is the same as part A. Find the new depth of water. So the situation becomes this now. Okay, the cone is inverted upside down, and you know that here the new depth is also the unknown. Okay, I let it be y, and the cone here would be with the height 18 minus y. So I know the volume of the water will be 108 times pi, and hence you can find the volume of the empty space, that is 864 pi minus 108 pi. Okay, that is the total capacity of the container minus the volume of water. That is 756 pi. Why we need to calculate all this? Because you can observe the empty space is similar to the container. Okay, so now we let YCM be the depth of water, and hence we apply the length ratio to the power 3 equals to the volume ratio again. The height of the small cone over the height of the container, and then take to the power 3, that will equals to the volume of the small cone, the empty cone here, 756 pi over 864 pi. Alright, and how do we simplify this? Here 18 minus y over 18 can be written as like this. Start a bracket, 756 pi divided by 864 pi, close bracket, and then shift 1/3. You take the cube root, enter. Then you will get that is 0.956465591. So multiply 18 to it. 18 minus y equals 17.21638065. And y, that is 18 minus this number, 0.784. Three significant figure. Okay, at the final statement, therefore, the depth of water is 0.784 cm. 0.784 cm. Okay, and that is the numerical answer for you to check. So that is the end of question number 10. For question number 11, okay, there's a distance time graph problem. Town X and town Y are 200 km apart. The figure shows the graph of car A and car B. Both travel at a constant speed. Car A is traveling from town X to Y. Car B is traveling from town Y to X. They meet at W. Okay. We know that the speed of car A is 60 km per hour. So part A, find the distance between W and X. It's quite straightforward. Look at car A. It traveled 2 hours with 60 km per hour. So 2 times 60, that is 120 km. That's it. Okay. So here 120. And part B, find the speed of car B. As you can see, in 2 hours, it traveled here from 200, go back to 20, it traveled 80 km. So you can just apply 200 minus 120 divided by 2. So you will get that is 40 km per hour. Quite straightforward. So you know the speed of car A and car B. Go to question number C. Find the distance between B and town X when car A arrived to town Y. So first of all, you need to find out when would car A go to Y. Okay, you need to find this time first. So 200 km divided by 60 km per hour, that is 3 1/3 hour. And at 3 1/3 hour, you need to multiply to 40, so you will know how long does car B travel. How long does car B travel? That means you are finding this one. Okay, you are finding this one. Okay. So you take 40 km per hour times 3 over 1/3 hour. That would be 133 1/3 km. So what does this number mean? This means this one. Okay, but the question want to find this one. So you need to use 200 minus this 133. So 200 km minus 133 km, that is 66 and then 2/3 km. So that's the answer. Therefore, the distance between town X and car B is 66 and then 2/3 km. Okay, so that's the end of question number 11. And then go to question number 12. It is given that f(x) is partly vary at x and part B constant. So A we can write in this way. Fx is written as a constant A times x squared plus another constant B. And given that F6 is 145, that means this one means we place x by 6. X change to 6. And what is F3? That means x change to 3. Okay, so x change to 6 will be 145. And here, when x change to 3, they will become 37. Okay, so that's the equation you should set up. And take the difference of two equations. So that is 36a minus 9a. That will equal to 145 minus 37. And you will get 27a equals 108. A equals to 4. When you get a equals 4, then you can find b. A times 6 squared, 4 times 6 squared plus b equals 145, and b equals 1. Therefore, you can write down fx. That is 4x squared plus 1. Okay? But actually, there's a very standard format of the vertex form. If you consider the graph of y equals fx, it should be something like this. Y equals fx. There's a vertex 0, 1. Okay? The y-axis is the axis of symmetry of the graph. Okay? So part B, write down the coordinate of vertex of this graph 0, 1. Just write down it. That's fine. And part C, let gx be this one, fx minus kx. Find the value of k so that the graph of this one touches. That means when you are considering the intersection of two lines, they just have one point, okay, one intersecting point. Sometimes they even omit this one point only. They just say touches these two lines. This equation means y equals 0. Okay? So you are considering y equals 0 and then y equals gx. And then what is y equals gx? That is fx minus kx. That means 4x squared plus 1 minus kx. When you substitute y equals 0 in the second equation, so 4x squared minus kx plus 1 equal to 0. And now this equation has one solution only, because the question said that this equation, these two lines just touch at one point. That means this system of equation just has one solution. Okay? And that means this equation has only one solution. Therefore, discriminant would equal to 0. Okay? And then you can solve this by yourself. Quite straightforward. And then, so k equals positive 4 or k equals negative 4. Finished. So that's finished. Part C. And finish question number 12. And then go to question number 13. That is the question about the equation of straight line. So, in the figure, the straight line L1 here, okay, y equals 2k minus 1 times x plus 7, and L2, y equals x over 3 minus k over 3, intersect this point. Now, L3 and L2 cut with each other at point A and C, okay, respectively. So find k. Actually, quite straightforward. You can just substitute point C, just substitute this point C into the equation 1. Okay? So part A, I write it here. When x equals 6. Y would equals negative 11. So negative 11 equals 2k minus 1 times 6 plus 7. And you can solve k by yourself, okay? That is negative 18 equal to 6 bracket 2k minus 1. Negative 3 equals 2k minus 1. And k equals to negative 1. Finish. And B, you need to find the orthocentre of triangle ABC. So let's look at how do we find the orthocentre. When k equals to negative 1, this line becomes y equals negative 3x plus 7. And this line becomes negative 1 x over 3 plus 1 over 3. Because k is negative 1. So pay attention here. As you can see, L1 and L2, they have the slope negative 3 and positive 1 over 3 respectively. That means the product of their slope will be negative 3 times 1 over 3. That is negative 1. And that means they are perpendicular to each other. So in a right angle triangle, the orthocentre would be at the right angle. Okay? So part B, what we can do is we need to show L2 is perpendicular to L1 and then find the coordinate of B. That's enough. So part B, slope of L1, that is negative 3. Okay, so 2 times negative 1 times minus 1. And then slope of L2 is 1 over 3. Now you must show this step to them, okay, to the marker. Slope of L1 times slope of L2, that is negative 3 times 1 over 3, that is negative 1. You must have this process because you need to show them they are perpendicular to each other. Therefore, L1 is perpendicular to L2. And hence, the orthocentre of triangle ABC is B. Point B will be the orthocentre of this triangle. So solve B by yourself. Y equals negative 3x plus 7. Y equals 1 over 3x plus 1 over 3. You just need to solve these two equations. They're quite straightforward actually. You can find that is negative 3x plus 7 equals 1 over 3x plus 1 over 3. Okay? So you can solve x equals 2. And then y equals negative 3 times 2 plus 7. That is 1. Therefore, orthocentre, that's B, have the coordinate 2, 1. Part B finished. You must show that this is a right angle triangle. That means you need to show L2 is perpendicular to L1 first, and then you can claim the orthocentre of triangle ABC is at point B, and hence you find the coordinate of B. So go to part C. It is given that B is a point on BC such that the area of triangle ABD to the area of triangle ADC is 2 to 3. So you need to know where is D. It's about here, because when the question told you that the area of triangle ABD to the area of triangle ADC is about 2 to 3. So check, these two triangles have the same height AB. That means their base ratio will equal to their area ratio. So BD occupy 2 parts, CD occupy 3 parts. Then you can find point D first. And next one, L4 is a line passing through D and perpendicular to BC. So you need to find this straight line, the equation of this straight line, that is L4. And don't worry, you know this slope already because these two lines are parallel, right? L2 is perpendicular to L1. Also, L4 is perpendicular to L1. That means L2 and L4 are parallel to each other. So the slope of L4 is -3. Don't worry. Oh, sorry, 1/3. Sorry. Okay, 1/3. I repeat, the slope of the L4 is perpendicular to L1 and the L2 is perpendicular to L1. So L4 is parallel to L2, which has the slope 1/3. And we find point D first. Point D is here, and then look at here, point B, that is 2, 1. Point C, that is 6, -11. So in ratio 2 to 3. So point B, you need to multiply to this ratio 3, and point C, the numbers should multiply to this 2. So D would have the coordinate x coordinate of B times 3 plus x coordinate of C times 2/5. And next, y coordinate of B is 1 times 3 plus y coordinate of C times 2/5. That would be 18/5, -19/5. And then slope of L4 equals slope of L2, that is 1/3. So the equation will be y minus 19/5 negative over x minus 18/5 equals 1/3. And then change to this one, 5y plus 19 over 5x minus 18 equals 1/3. So do the cross multiplication, that is 15y plus 57 equals to 5x minus 18, and finally x minus 3y minus 25 equal to 0. And that is the answer. Okay, of course you can make y be subject, y equals 1/3x minus 25/3 is also okay, just up to you. Okay, and that's the end of question number 14. So go to question number 15, and let P be the cubic polynomial here, 2x cubed plus hx squared plus kx minus 4, and in here hk are constant. When px is divided by this quadratic expressions, the remainder is 2x minus 13. As you can see that this is a quadratic divisor, we cannot use the remainder theorem, so we use the division algorithm. 2x cubed plus hx squared plus kx minus 4, it can be written as the divisor. Okay, when it is divided by the quadratic expressions, the quotient would be have only 1x. Okay, also we know that's 2x. Why? Because when this one divided by x squared, you will get 2x here, and the remaining constant here we don't know, so we use m, and then plus the remainder 2x minus 13. Of course, you can compare the coefficient of the constant term by comparing the coefficient of constant term. How do we get the constant term? Left hand side, -4. Right hand side, -3 times m minus 13. I repeat, -3 times m minus 13. That's the way you get the constant term, right? So you can set up the equation like this to find the constant term. And hence, you will get m equals to -3. Okay? negative 4 minus plus 13 divided by negative 3. So negative 3. And that means 2x cubed plus hx squared plus kx minus 4 can be written as x squared minus 3x minus 3 times 2x minus 3 plus 2x minus 13. And what you need to do is doing the expansion. So that is 2x cubed minus 3x squared minus 6x squared minus 9x minus 6x plus 9 plus 2x minus 13. Then you can get the expression that is 2x cubed minus 6x squared. Sorry, that should be 9x squared. And then here negative 9 minus 6 and then plus 2. That should be, let me see, negative, this should be positive 9x, okay? Positive 9 minus 6, that should be positive 3 plus 2, so positive 5 x, and finally positive 9 minus 13 minus 4. So just do the comparison, okay? Therefore x equals negative 9 and k equals positive 5, and that's finished part A. And B, prove that x minus 4 is a factor of px, and you just need to substitute x equals to 4 in the function p. If you get that is 0, then that means x minus 4 is a factor of px. So p4, that means all x change to 4. Alright, and then P4 that will be equals to 4 to the power 3, 64, 128, and then minus 9 times 16, 144, plus 20 minus 4, and that is 0. Therefore, x minus 4 is a factor of px. And then go to part C. Someone claims that the equation px equal to 0 has two rational roots. Do you agree? Explain your answer. Rational means the number can be written as fraction, for example 1 over 2, negative 3 over 1, 0, something like that. Okay? So solve the equation directly. C, and it should be 2x to the power 3 minus 9x squared plus 5x minus 4 equal to 0. As you know that x minus 4 is one of the factor, so the remaining factor will be the quadratic one. Okay, look at this one, 2x cubed divided by x, that should be 2x squared. And then negative 4 divided by negative 4, that is positive 1. Here, how do we get this number? Okay, we let it is qx. Okay, we don't know this one, so give the unknown constant to it, qx. And how do we find q? Look at here, the coefficient of x. How do we get this? That is x times 1 plus negative 4 times q, that you get 5, right? 1 times 1 is 1x, okay? 1 times 1 plus q times negative 4, that is 5. And hence, you will know that q equals to negative 1. Okay? So, you can, in the exam, use the correction pen to change it into negative 1 directly. All these are just rough work. Okay? Do it in the rough worksheet. Okay? What I care is the quadratic expressions. Okay? You may let the unknown q here and then find q, and then use the correction pen to mark it out. Write down the correct coefficient. Now you have two expressions here. X minus 4 times 2x squared minus x plus 1. The product of these two expressions equals 0. That means either one of them equal to 0. And that means one of the root is 4. Another one, when you try to use the quadratic formula to -1, +1, you will find math error. That means no real root. If the question has no real root, use discriminant to present it. The discriminant will be b squared minus 4ac, that is -7. You must have this one less than 0. Therefore, the equation px equal to 0 has only one rational root, not two, only one, and hence not agree. Okay, the question said the equation has two rational roots, but no, we just find one only. So, go to question number 15. There's a linear relationship between log x base 2 and y. X is positive, express x in terms of y. And here, how do we start? We always start with this one. The vertical variable equals to the slope of the straight line multiplied to the horizontal variable plus the vertical intercept. Okay, so I use capital letter X and Y. Okay, that means capital letter Y, that means the vertical variable. Okay, so in here we can find the slope of this straight line first. There will be -1 minus 0 over 0 minus -4. That you will have -1 over 4. And hence you can set up the equation, the relationship between log x base 2 and y. The vertical variable, small y here, equals to the slope of straight line, -1 over 4, multiplied with the horizontal variable, log x base 2, plus the vertical intercept, that's -1. That is the relationship between x and y. Now you need to make x be subject. Okay, so we multiply 4 to both sides of the equation. Okay, and then we move -4 here to +4. 4y plus 4 equals log this one. Again, we can move log x base 2 here and then -4y minus 4 to the other side. And you can see that there's a very standard format, okay? Log x base a equals b, that's an exponent. This is a logarithm equation. I can change it to the exponential one. That is x equals to a to the power b. These two are equivalent. Okay, in here that is your a. Here whole expression that's the b. So we can write down x equals to 2 to the power -4y minus 4. If you want to present it in the positive index, okay, x equals to 1 over 2 4y plus 4. Okay, so that's the end of question number 15. And go to question number 16. In this figure, AB is a diameter. Okay, there's a very obvious hint. So when AB is a diameter, the angle sustained to the circumference is a right angle. So add this line automatically and draw this as a right angle automatically. Okay, angle ADB equals 90 degrees. Okay, just write down this statement. At least you will get 1 mark. Okay, angle in semicircle. And next, AB is produced to C, so that CD is the tangent to the circle as D. DA equals to DC. Okay, now I let this angle be theta. Angle BDC is theta. Okay, suppose I let in this way. So you know that this is also theta. Angle BAD equals angle BDC equals theta again. Reason, angle in alternate segment. But when this is theta, that one, angle ACD, also theta, right? Isosceles triangle, okay? So angle DCA equals angle DAC equals theta again. Base angles, isosceles triangle. So go back to the big triangle ACD. The sum of these three angles will be 180 degree. Theta plus 90 degree plus theta would equals 180 degree. So you can solve theta, that is 30 degree. Okay. When you know theta is 30 degree, therefore angle DAC, this one 30 degree. So let's finish the question number 16 and go to question number 17. This is about a trigonometric question in 3 dimensions. Okay, in the figure, this is a right triangular prism. AB equals 3, so okay, write down is 3, and BC equals 2.5, so here it is 2.5, and it is 3.3, so you can move all this line, okay, to another side. All this line, all this plane, lateral faces actually are rectangle, okay, are rectangle, okay, and CD equals 4, so that's 4 here. Now, alpha be the angle between the face ABEF, ABFE and BCDF. Find alpha. So part A, you need to define the angle. The required angle is actually angle ABC. Why? Because the two faces with the common line BF. Okay? BF is the common line. So for each faces, you need to draw a perpendicular line which is perpendicular to BF. So for the first one, AB is perpendicular to BF. For the second plane, BC is perpendicular to BF. So the required angle is ABC. And that means this is alpha. Okay? So in triangle ABC, 3, 2.5, 3.3 alpha, okay? May not in scale, but is easy to understand. So cosine alpha equals to 3 square plus 2.5 square minus 3.3 square over 2 times 3 times 2.5. So use calculator to practice. Okay, let me show you. 3 square plus 2.5 square minus 3.3 square, close bracket. And then divided by start bracket again, 2 times 3 times 2.5. Remember to close bracket, okay, after you enter all the information in the numerator and denominator. Enter. That is cosine alpha. So shift cosine. You will see the symbol like this, and then press EXE. Then you will get angle alpha. That is 73.1021271 degree. You take 360 by yourself, okay? And B, you need to find the volume of the prism. Also quite straightforward. You can find the area of triangle ABC. There's a base times height, 4. So volume, that is 1/2 times 3 times 2.5 times sine 73.1021271 degree. That is the base area actually times height. Unit cm cube. Okay. Don't press 0. Keep this. Okay. You can press 1/2 times 3 times 2.5 times sine this angle. I press answer. This means I record this angle times 4 and then EXE. you will get the answer 14.35236566 cm cubed. Again, you take 3 significant figures by yourself, okay? You take 3 significant figures by yourself. So part C, P is the projection of E on the plane BCDF. So where is it? We look at this figure, EFD. If you want to draw the perpendicular line from E to the plane BCDF, it should be something like here, okay? T. So that means it would not go to D and would not go to F. So here, you should draw in this way. E go to something like here. Draw it in the figure. And hence, find the angle between BE and the plane BCDF. There's a line BE, and this is the projection of E to the base BCDEF. So, that is the angle you need to find, beta. And don't worry, EP is perpendicular to this face, okay? So the required angle is angle EBD. The required angle is angle EBD. I call it beta. So how do we find this beta? 2 ways to do so. First one, since you know that this is alpha already, right? Alpha, move to here, alpha. So you can find PE, okay? PE equals to 3 times sine alpha. And next, you can find BE, because that is 3, and here, that is 4. Don't forget, BAE is a right-angled triangle, okay? So, 3, 4, right angle, BE is 5. Then you can find beta, okay? PE, that is 3 times sine alpha, that would equals to, let me press this one, okay? 3 times sine 73.10212741. That is 2.870473132. And next, you know that in the triangle BAE, BE is equal to 5 by using Pythagoras theorem. So BE, that is square root of 3 squared plus 4 squared, that is 5. So in triangle BPE, draw this one, that is beta BE P. Sine beta, actually that is equal to PE, that is 2.870473132 divided by 5. Then you can find beta. This answer divided by 5. Shift sine 35.0 degree. So you write down a final statement by yourself, and that's the end of question number 17. And then go to question number 18. There's a question about a circle. It is given that the point P03 lies inside the circle. Okay, K is the constant, G is the center of C. Part A, find the coordinate of G and radius of the circle. Okay. When you are working with the equation of circle, you need to make sure one thing. The coefficient of x squared and y squared must be 1. So in here, you cannot work it right now. You need to divide all terms by 2. Go back to x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2ky plus k squared minus 4 equals 0. And then find center of G. That is negative d over 2 negative e over 2. That is 3, comma, k. And next, find the radius of circle. That will be the square of the x coordinate of center plus square of the y coordinate of center minus the constant bracket k squared minus 4. That is square root 13. Okay? So part B, the question told you that P is inside the circle. That means GP less than square root 13. And what is the distance between GP? That is 3 minus 0 all square plus k minus 3 all square and take square root less than square root 13. In here, don't worry, both sides must be positive. They are talking about the length. So you can just take square on both sides. 9 plus k minus 3 bracket square less than 13. So break it down and change it into standard form. K squared minus 6k plus 9 minus 13 less than 0. So it changed to k squared minus 6k plus 5 less than 0. So here you can do the factorization. K plus 1 times k plus 5 less than 0. Don't write down the final answer yet. You must draw the graph to clear up your mind. The root you plug in the calculator, that is -1, it should be right hand side and -5. Draw the smiling face. If you want something less than 0, that means below the horizontal axis. So k would lie between -1 to -5. Okay. Oh, sorry, it should be positive. It should be minus here. Sorry, my mistake. Okay, my mistake. Okay. It should be k lie between +1 and 5. Okay, that's my fault. I repeat. That should be k minus 1 times k minus 5 less than 0. So k lie between +5 and +1. The graph should be like this. Okay. And part C, the range of k in B, Stanley claims that the straight line always cuts the circle at 2 points. Do you agree? Okay, so let's see what's happened when I consider the equation of straight line y equals -x minus 3 and the equation of circle x squared plus y squared minus 6x minus 2ky plus k squared minus 4 equal to 0. Let's see what's happened. So x squared plus -x minus 3 all square minus 6x minus 2k bracket -x minus 3 plus k squared minus 4 equal to 0. So here x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 6x plus 2kx plus 6k plus k squared minus 4 equals 0. Now group the term, okay, 2x squared plus 2kx and then plus k squared plus 6k plus 5 equal to 0. Okay, and then both sides divided by 2. So x squared plus kx plus bracket k squared plus 6k plus 5 over 2 equal to 0. Now you need to check the discriminant of this equation to see that whether this equation has roots, has real root. So discriminant equals b squared minus 4ac, and you need to simplify this. Discriminant will equal to k squared minus 4 divided by 2, that is 2. And then delta equals to k squared minus 2k squared minus 12k minus 10. And delta equals to negative k squared minus 12k minus 10. As you can see that, as k is lie between 1 to 5, discriminant is less than 0. So because this is positive, so take the negative, it's all negative. Therefore, C and L has no intersection, and hence I do not agree. Okay, because when k lie between +1 to +5, discriminant must be less than 0. So these two straight lines will not intersect within this range. Okay. So go to the last question, question number 19. Okay, let f(x) be this quadratic expressions and gamma be the graph of y equals fx. Let v be the vertex of gamma. By using the method of computing square, find the coordinate of v. So part A1 are quite straightforward. Fx equals to x squared minus 6kx. Originally that is plus 10k squared minus 4k plus 12. But how do we add the number to make it as perfect square? Let's do it this way. First of all, we need to divide it number by 2. That is 3k, and then take square. So that is with plus 9k squared. So go back to here. This originally have 10k squared. Now you have 9k squared here. So you need to split into 2. 10 becomes 9 plus 1. Okay, split into 2. Then the first 3 terms can be written as perfect square. That is x minus 3k bracket square, and there's some constant left behind, and therefore v can be written as positive 3k, that's the x coordinate of the vertex, and then k squared minus 4k plus 12, that's the y coordinate of the vertex of the graph. Let's finish part A1. A2, Jeremy claims that the y coordinate of v could not be less than 8. So let's see. K squared minus 4k plus 12. Someone claims that this is not less than 8. Not less than 8. For any value of k, it would not less than 8. That's what you need to do. You need to show whether the minimum value of y coordinate of v, the minimum value of this one, is it equals to 8 or not. That means when it is involving the minimum value of the quadratic expressions, completing square comes out. Okay. Again, k squared minus 4k. A number you should add here is this number, coefficient of k, divided by 2. There's 2 again. And then take square. So that means you need to add 4. And again, positive 12 can be split into plus 4 plus 8. So the first 3 terms will form the perfect square, k minus 2 all squared, and then plus 8. And here you will see it very clearly. Since k minus 2 squared, it is non-negative. Okay, non-negative. And now, the least value of the perfect square would be 0. So, for this expression plus 8 must be at least 8. And hence, that people is correct. That's Jeremy, okay, is correct. Okay, because this value is non-negative. That means whole expression is at least 8. And part B, gx will be f negative x plus 12. And you can see the negative is multiplied with x. That means it is doing the left-right transformation. Reflect along y-axis. Okay, reflect along y-axis. Left-right reflected. Okay, and then plus 12. Move up 12 units. So describe it quite simple. B1, the graph y equals fx is reflected along y-axis first to become y equals left bracket negative x. That's the first x transformation, and then translate, or you can use shift, okay, 12 units upward to become y equals f bracket negative x plus 12, okay. Two, Jeremy claims that the distance between v and v prime could not be less than 12. Do you agree? V is the vertex of the graph gamma. V prime is the vertex of gamma prime. Simple. Find the vertex of v prime. V, that is 3k bracket k squared minus 4k plus 12. So v prime, that is, the x coordinate would be negative, okay? Change the sign, and the y coordinate would add 12. So k squared minus 4k plus 24. Now you need to find the distance between v and v prime. That is, taking the square root, the difference of x coordinate, that is 3k minus negative 3k. So 3k plus 3k bracket square plus the difference of y coordinate. Here it should be very careful. K squared minus 4k plus 12 minus k squared minus 4k plus 24. Remember, there's a bracket here, okay? So the length of v prime, that will become 6k bracket square plus here k squared minus k squared, 0. Negative 4k minus negative 4k, 0. 12 minus 24, negative 12, and then bracket square. So v prime, that is equal to 36k squared plus 144. As you can see again, 36k squared is a perfect square, which is non-negative. It can be 0 or it can be positive. So it is greater than or equal to square root 144. Therefore, the distance between v prime is at least 12, and hence agree. So that's the end of this question, and that's the end of this paper. Thank you.